Launching the Galaxy A54 and Galaxy A34 in March 2023, Samsung upgraded its A series of Galaxy smartphones. Both devices, which fall below the premium Galaxy S23 line, replace the superb mid-range Galaxy A53 and Galaxy A33, respectively. However, here we are focusing on how the two most recent A series models compare to each other, to help you decide which is suitable for you, and which you should purchase. You can read all about how the Galaxy A54 compares to the Galaxy S23 in our dedicated comparison section. Looking to purchase a Samsung Galaxy smartphone, but the Galaxy S series is out of your price range? You are in the proper location. Here's how the Galaxy A54 and Galaxy A34 compare, and which one you ought to pick. Awesome lime, graphite, violet, and white are the four available color options for the Galaxy A54. The price ranges from $449 in the US. Awesome lime, graphite, violet, and silver are the available colors for the Galaxy A34. One of the Samsung Galaxy A54's most appealing aspects is that it has a nearly comparable look to the flagship Galaxy S23. You may acquire premium looks for a reasonable budget. The Galaxy A34 then has the same style, but uses what Samsung refers to as a plastic back in place of the glass one. Although this is essentially plastic with a matte finish, it looks and feels great, so choosing the A34 over the A54 doesn't cost you anything, even though the A54 is the more expensive of the two. The upper left corner of the rears of the A54 and A34 each feature 3 separate lenses, although none has a casing around them like the S23 models have. However, the fronts of these two gadgets differ quite a little. In contrast to the A34, which uses a water drop notch to house the front camera and has a somewhat dated appearance, the Galaxy A54 has a punch-hole camera at the top of its display. The Galaxy A54 and A34 both have an IP67 rating for water and dust protection, as was already established, and both are available in 4 different colors, while the A54 offers a white model in place of the A34's silver option. The Samsung Galaxy A34's display is a little bit bigger than the Galaxy A54's, but both provide sizable Super AMOLED panels, providing excellent viewing on both devices. The Galaxy A54 and Galaxy S23 Plus both have 6.4-inch displays, while the Galaxy A34 increases this to 6.6 inches. Both have a Full HD Plus resolution, meaning that the Galaxy A54's pixel density is somewhat sharper than that of the iPhone X. The 120Hz refresh rate is shared by the two devices. Samsung hasn't said if the Galaxy A54's peak brightness of 1000 nits is the same as the A34's, so we assume the A54 will have a brighter display overall. As you can see from the specifications chart a bit further up this page, the Samsung Galaxy A54 uses the Exynos 1380 processor, while the Galaxy A34 uses the MediaTek Dimensity 1080 chipset. Both should function well. Samsung claims the Galaxy A54 delivers a 20% CPU and a 26% graphics bump over the Galaxy A53, which already has excellent day-to-day performance. The Exynos 1380 is a little more sophisticated chip than the MediaTek Dimensity 1080, running on a 5nm technology rather than a 6nm, so the A54 is anticipated to give higher performance overall, but both should be more than adequate for everyday operations in general. The Galaxy A54 has somewhat higher RAM, however both the A54 and the A34 offer the same storage options and accept microSD cards for capacity extension, up to 1TB, which the Galaxy S23 versions don't. The batteries in these two devices have the same capacity, but battery performance varies depending on the display and processor, so even while you're likely to receive similar run times from both of these models, Samsung guarantees the Galaxy A34 will provide a few more hours of use. Even in the mid-range market, the 25-watt wired charging on both isn't the fastest you'll see, but with these two models in particular, you're getting the same result. While the Galaxy A54 and Galaxy A34 share many general specs, the camera specifications are a little bit different, with the A54 appearing to have a more powerful arrangement on paper. You'll often find the biggest cost savings compromise in the camera department. A 50-megapixel main camera with an f1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization is available on the A54. A 12-megapixel ultra-wide sensor with an f2.2 aperture and a 5-megapixel macro sensor with an f2.4 aperture help support this. The 48-megapixel main camera on the A34 features an f1.8 aperture and optical image stabilization, and it is complemented by an 8-megapixel ultra-wide sensor and the same 5-megapixel macro sensor as the A54. Since the A34 specifications are identical to those of the A33, it is anticipated that it will function similarly, though slightly less well than the A54. Both of these models include a 13-megapixel front camera with an f2.2 aperture, therefore the ability to take selfies and the selfie experience should be the same. Although the Samsung Galaxy A54 and Galaxy A34 have similar specifications, if your budget allows, the Galaxy A54 is the one that we would choose. In comparison to the A34, it should perform better overall, because it has a better build quality, a more sophisticated processor, a little bit more RAM, and a more powerful camera. The Galaxy A34, on the other hand, has a gorgeous matte texture on its back, along with a large display and a big battery, so it's still anticipated to deliver when it comes to day-to-day work, if your budget can't quite stretch to the Galaxy A54. If it's at the top of your budget, it's probably a solid choice, because the camera results will probably be acceptable in excellent lighting. You still get storage extension through microSD, and we're still anticipating it to be a more than capable gadget. Thanks for watching this video, I hope it was interesting for you, have a nice day and good luck.